3. Welcome back to Know Thy Shelves. I'm Michelle.
I'm Rachel.
Welcome back. I didn't read anything this week other than their podcast books, so I'm gonna let Rachel take over.
So I read 2 things. One of them I can't really talk about because it's the 4th in a series, but it was the 4th Percy Jackson book.
Okay.
They're good. They're just young adult. They're just fun, fluffy little Greek mythology books.
Oh yeah, I get it.
And then the other one I read was Bad Behavior, and it was the one. It was by the same lady that wrote.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Get in My Swamp.
Okay.
And it was about bee aliens that could change sizes.
How was that?
It was interesting.
Okay. It sounded really interesting. So
I got it for free, so I was like, okay, well, I might as well read this.
Yeah, I know. Fuck yeah. Free's free.
Yeah.
It's worth a read if it's free, at least. That's how I look at it.
It's definitely worth a read.
Okay, good. Cool. Well, I didn't have anything, like I said earlier. So, if you want to get into it, I'm good with that.
Okay, so our romance pick this month was Dungeons and Drama. Nerdy stuff.
Oh, yes. This is my jam. It had everything in it that I collect or dabble in. So,
all the nerdy things.
All the nerdy things. My heart was so happy. Anyways, that does not reflect on my rating. I just want to be clear. Objectively,
you rated it bad, but as everything.
I didn't rate it bad. I'm just saying that I don't take that into account when I did my rating.
Good to know.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, I don't know. Do you just want to get right into it then?
Sure.
Okay. The book takes place in Ohio, Scottsville, Ohio, but I have no idea if that's a real place or not.
I don't know where that is, so.
And so our main character, and it's only one POV, is Riley, and she's, they're both in high school. Riley is a theater chick, anything to do with drama, singing,
musicals.
Plays, yes. And then we have our second,
our mailman character.
Yeah. Yes, but the POV is mostly just, all Riley. So our male love interest is Nathan, and he works at the gaming store Riley's dad, owns.
Yes. And it starts out with Riley being in trouble, and she's grounded. So she has to work at the game store, which, did you write down the title?
Yes, it's Sword and Board Games.
Sword and Board Games. It's not really.
It was so generic. I was like, really?
Okay.
But a lot of this, the shops that do that are named after some sort of sword and D&D or, Dungeon Master, all that stuff, so. But yes, it's Sword and
Board Games.
Board Games.
I knew it was something like generic.
Yes, 100% generic. It's a young adult, right?
Yes.
Adult, no, romance novel. There we go.
Yeah, she got grounded because she decided to drive without a license to Cleveland?
Yes.
Cleveland, okay.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Ohio close to. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I got the right C city in Ohio.
I actually think it was Columbus. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I think it is Cincinnati.
Is it Cincinnati, Cleveland, or Columbus? I don't know. It's one of those three.
It's a couple hours away from where they live in Ohio. It's all that matters.
To see Waitress, which is a musical, a traveling musical. It was on Broadway. Mm-hmm. Now they're traveling with it. And she got caught, obviously. Her and her best friend went.
Yes. Which her best friend's name is Hoshiko.
Yep, Hoshiko.
I'm just doing the Japanese pronunciation. I assume that's correct. Yeah. So as a punishment, I guess we should note her mom and dad are divorced. Her mom's an interior designer, and obviously her dad worked with computers and then decided to open the game store. So as punishment, 8 weeks after school, you're going to work at her dad's
game store.
I don't see that as a punishment, but...
I don't see it as a punishment either, but she also doesn't care about board games.
She doesn't,
or magic, or D&D.
Yeah, nothing besides her musicals and singing and dancing.
Yep.
That is her jam, which is, I mean, I get it. She wants to be, like, a director on Broadway producing shows, so that's Riley's whole dream, and I assume she can sing pretty well since everyone seems to like her singing in the books, so...
Yeah.
I assume she has some kind of, talent in that.
Maybe a little.
Maybe just a little bit, So, after we find out the punishment, she goes to school and finds out that the spring musical that the school kind of publicates or puts on, got canceled due to funding. So, of course, she's double sad.
She's like, I don't get a musical. My boyfriend broke up with me. Which we're getting to. We haven't got to him yet.
Yeah, we haven't got to him yet.
I got to work at a board game store.
About things I don't care about. Her life is really hard, guys. If you haven't gathered.
The kid that works at the board game store doesn't like me.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't like each other in the beginning.
Well, she thought he was stealing at first. Because he comes behind the counter and gets M&Ms and a pack of Pokemon cards, I think.
Yeah.
And then she's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. She's about to tell her dad. And then, she figures out that Nathan works for her dad. And they go to the same high school together, but Riley was so in her bubble of, like, the band members and the musical cast members that she is oblivious to everything else.
Yep.
That's a good
And everybody else.
Yes, 100%. So it's just kind of getting into the storyline of she's doing something she really doesn't want to do as punishment, and she's more of a mom's girl because she feels like she connects more with her mom than her dad. So it's just the relationship with Riley and her dad are just kind of like awkward in the beginning because like she still goes over like every other weekend or whatever. But yeah, so that relationship, his name is Joel, if we want to do...
Yeah, I don't know what her mom's name is.
Shannon.
Okay. I knew her dad's name was Joel.
Yeah, I only got it from when Joel said Shannon in the first part of the book. So I was like, I bet that's her.
Because the boys have a relationship with Joel, so they talk about him.
Yeah.
And nobody else has a relationship with Riley's mom.
Yeah, no.
Except for Riley.
Yes. And I always hate just saying Riley's mother or Riley's dad. So yes, Joel is Riley's dad, the owner of the board game place. And Shannon is Riley's mom, the interior designer. Okay. So... I think it's maybe a week or so past where she's working at the game store and then Paul comes in.
Yes.
Okay. So Paul was
It's awkward.
It's so awkward. So I'm gonna take some leaps here, but I feel like Paul was her first official boyfriend.
Yeah.
Or the only one they ever talked about.
First serious one at least.
Yes. And Paul was he's not dead or anything. So Paul is also liked musical. He was the male lead in the last spring or a different kind of show. And she didn't get the part. Someone else did. I don't know if I wrote her name. Lainey. Lainey was the female lead to Paul.
I didn't write her name down because she's not important.
She wasn't important, but I still wrote it down because I didn't know, And so, Lainey and Paul walk in because Riley opened her big mouth at school, because she's still trying to get over him, and I think she's over him. I just think that,
they're in the same area together, so they, gravitate towards each other.
So... That's a good way to put it. So, she's trying to be like, I don't need you, kind of like, attitude, like, I'm over you, I'm working, and I got all this stuff going on for me, and he's like, oh, okay. And then he, comes into the game store with his current girlfriend, and
she goes, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend too. And I'm like, this is, first of all, I didn't know this was fake dating, but it made it so much better. She goes, yeah, his name is Nathan. And then Nathan walks out.
And to sell it, she's like, oh, hey, baby, and, like, kisses his arm in a weird, like, awkward exchange. And, like, Paul obviously sees right through that, but he's just like, oh, yeah, your boyfriend, eh?
And Nathan is like, what just happened?
Yeah, he's like, no. So, this is where Riley gets the idea and spins it to Nathan and be like, so there's this girl that comes into the game store that plays D&D with Nathan and the gang, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Because they're all good. They're all fun characters.
Yes, they are really. And so, Sophie is the name of the chick, and she goes to a different high school. And so she comes, I would say, really not frequently to the store to play the D&D campaign with the guys.
Maybe once a month.
Yes.
And they play every week because it's D&D.
So they play every two times a week, Monday and Fridays?
Maybe.
Okay. So she, like, literally, the DM, Lucas, has to kind of, like, write her out like she's on a binge or something. Which I find fucking hilarious.
Well, you have to explain where they are if they're not there.
No, I totally get it. So basically this is where Riley is like, hey, so when Sophie was in the other day and I talked to you, she was just like all over you at that point. And she's like, this could work. We could fake date. You can be my pretend boyfriend and I can be your love interest to get Sophie in your good graces, to have interest. Because from my understanding, Sophie was like, well, Nathan wants me, and I know he wants me, so I'll exploit this.
Yeah. And if she can't have him, that's when she wants him.
Yes.
And right now she has his attention, so she's like, I don't care.
Yeah. So.
She's one of them girls.
Yes. Freaking girl.
Yep.
So, I forget how she starts on to the D&D campaign. Lucas asks her, I think.
Lucas invites her, and and then her dad's like, yeah, you can do it. Like, her dad was in there, too.
Because he was really pushing her to like something. So she's, like, thinking, one, this will spend more time with my fake boyfriend, Nathan. And two, get me out of work in the front register.
And three, it'll help him get Sophie jealous.
Yes. So she starts the D&D campaign, and she picks, which I think is fucking
Obviously, she's a bard.
Yep. She's a human bard, and of course she made her character's name Alphaba, which
she's defying gravity. That's what's happening.
I mean, I like Wicked, I just feel like it's really over. I don't know. I feel like it's
everywhere.
Yeah,
it's the problem.
It's like anyone that's into musicals is like Wicked. It's like I really need to watch the Broadway show because everyone says that's way better than everything else.
See, I haven't seen either the movie or the Broadway show, but my favorite Broadway musical is Phantom of the Opera.
I probably could have guessed that one. So they kind of do the campaign together, and Sophie starts showing up to more of the games because, she has to win Nathan back kind of thing. So she's also in the midst of trying to make a plan to save the musical school. With her teacher, Miss
Sonny.
She's the new music teacher. So she's trying to come up with a plan, trying to get people involved, seeing if there's enough interest, maybe they can bring it back, and then she's trying to make a plan of like how she can secure funding and other stuff. So she's doing this in between work and and nothing else because she's grounded.
Yeah. Work, the musical, that's all she's got going on.
Yes.
But I wanted to circle back to Sophie with
sorry.
that one D&D game where they're all playing, and it's like the first one where they're like fake dating, and she goes to get new dice, and Nathan comes with her.
Yes.
This is important. The dice are important. The dice are important.
Dice is always important. Duh.
Okay. So, Riley, the boys tell Riley that Sophie's just in it for
using
the stuff.
Yeah. Using Nathan for his money, play discount, buying her stuff. Yes.
Yeah. So Riley goes out there and she basically goes, hey, this idea, buy me dice instead of her, and then she'll get jealous. And she'll like you more. And then he comes back. Sophie didn't get the dice.
Yes.
But Riley gets these like rainbowy gemstone dice that are perfectly for her.
Yes. They match her perfectly. Yes.
And she's like, oh my god, these are the perfect dice.
Yes. And he's like, you like them? And she's like, oh, I love them. And he's like, oh, well, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to bring you joy. And she's just like, oh, and then she like places her head on his shoulder, and it's not fake, and it's super cute.
And then the next day she paints her fingers like the dice.
Yes. And Nathan's like, did you paint your fingernails like the dice? And she kind of like, curls them in, and he's like, no, let me see. Okay.
Yes, it's the kicking the feet moment. Like, oh my god.
Yes. Thank you.
Like, why are you so cute?
Yes. So she's still trying to make a plan at school. She has a lot of people interested, a lot of students from obviously the band and everything. And she gets her friend Hoshiko to come and help with the planning. Well, she's like, I really like this D&D game. Play with me. And then she plays as well. And her and Lucas, the DM, really kind of hit it off. So I guess we need to
rewind.
Yes. So the characters in the D&D game is Riley, Nathan, Jordan. Nope. Anthony. John. Sophie. And that's it, right?
Yeah, because they have the Dungeon Master.
Yeah, because they have... And then Hoshiko comes in afterwards. Sophie, Anthony, John, Nathan, and Riley. Yes.
And John's into LARPing.
Yes.
That'll come back later.
Yes, he is.
He makes his own costumes.
Yes. I wrote down their D&D character names, but I don't think we need to get into that. Sorry, that's a little too nerdy. So, they start hanging out at actual school, since she never realized that they have the same lunch period. And they don't have any classes together, though.
No.
Yes.
But their lockers are in the same hallway.
Yes. Oblivious. Riley, oblivious! Anyways. So, Lucas is like, well, why don't you put a show on to save the show? Save on a show. But it's supposed to, like, help showcase a lot of the talent they have at school and showing that they can put stuff together on a really low budget.
Yes.
Just to showcase, and then Riley was still working on the financial piece of it. And she's keeping this a secret from her mom and dad.
Yeah, because she can't work on the musical because she's grounded.
Yes. No musical. So once they start getting the show and rehearsals, she has to lie to her mom again, saying that Miss Santi was like, extra choir practice after school for like, I don't know, it's not even that long. I want to say it's like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Or like a half hour. It's not even an hour long. So that she's trying to get every day after school, she does that and then goes to work and then,
Yep.
Repeat.
Meanwhile, Paul's at that practice.
Yes, she cast Paul as the leading man.
Which is Shrek.
She has to wear
it comes full circle in this podcast. It really does.
I love it. So she picks that just because of the showcasing that she can do. I guess there's a lot of the 2 songs she's picked from Shrek showcase a lot of different singers. So she can try to incorporate everyone that's trying to get the screenplay back on.
Yep.
Musical, sorry. I keep wanting to call it a play. So she casts him, and then, like, she's like, I didn't even think about casting him because he's Shrek and he has to wear the mask. She's like, but it's a good happenstance. And I was like, you go, girl. And so, trying to think after. So this is when I think her dad starts realizing at the game shop that Riley is getting a little too cozy with Nathan, and he's just not like, he's not a Papa Bear. He's just like, oh yes, I love this idea.
He's also like, Nathan is like known him forever.
Yeah, so like his son, basically.
Yeah, which is a weird terminology when they, but whatever.
Yes, yeah. The son you never had. There we go. Yeah. So Joel trusts Nathan completely. Like, anything to do with the store, anything to do with his daughter, he's just like, here, throw it to him. And so she doesn't have the heart to tell her dad, like, they're not really dating. We're just friends. And he's like, yeah, wink, wink, I got you. We're just like, yes.
He's like, yeah, just friends.
Just friends, it's fine.
And all the other D&D people are like, yeah, just friends.
Yeah, just friends. Yes. So I'm trying to think of the timeline, and then what happens.
So she's trying to get her mom to let her go to homecoming.
Homecoming is the next piece, yes.
And Nathan doesn't want to go to homecoming.
Yes, he's no school functions, period.
Yeah.
He's not a fan.
And they're also getting closer because they did the movie date where they all went and watched Monty Python and the Holy
Grail. Sorry.
She'll taunt you a second time.
Sorry, just yes.
You don't know we're nerds.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're nerds and we like to read. I mean, it's
okay.
Yes. So they have the movie date, and then Paul is still kind of gravitating towards her at school. He's trying to talk to her, trying to, like, you know, get back in her life, and she's just like, shut the shit down. I ain't dealing with it.
But after school one day, Paul, like, is talking to her, and then Nathan comes up, and Paul asks if they were going to homecoming, because this is after her mom's like, yeah, you can go homecoming.
Yes.
And he goes, yeah, we're going.
Yeah, he, like, drags her off, and she's like, well, you know, this isn't gonna work because you're not gonna fucking be there. And he's like, oh, no, I'm coming. And she's like, really? Did he do that for me?
You don't understand. I'm going.
Yeah, no, he was just, yes. So, they go out, her and her mom go out dress shopping. This is when they start lifting her restrictions a tad bit. That's why she gets to go to homecoming, because her mom and her dad start to see a positive change in her attitude, priorities. So that's why she's allowed to go. Because her best friend, Hoshiko, was like, you have to go. We always go together and we dance. Because it's their thing. They've been friends since, I think 9th grade or something. Since they were 9 years old. Sorry. I was like, that doesn't sound right. So after the movie, I think this is when we find out that Lucas and Hoshiko is official, because they're going to homecoming together. And Hoshiko keeps trying to ask Riley, like, so what's up with you and Nathan? And she's like, we're just friends, and yeah, sure. Like, everyone's saying that. Her dad, even the D&D group are like, yeah, sure.
Her mom at this point.
Yes, because Joel told Shannon about it. And she's like, so what's this guy? What's up?
She goes, we're just friends.
Yeah. And this is where I think you kind of see the jealousy up in her mom, because she's spending more time with her dad. She's getting close to his hobbies, and her mom's starting to like feel a little left out, but she wants her to have a relationship with her dad.
Yeah,
which is really cute. So,
and then they have the D&D game with Sophia, where it's getting too much for Riley, and she's like, okay, I gotta pull back because I really like Nathan, and he's just acting. He still wants Sophie.
Yeah.
So she pinches him, because that was their signal.
Yes, that was their safe word. If either person did something that went a little bit above or beyond what they felt comfortable with.
Because he said something nice to her, and it was about her hair, up or down. She wanted her hair down.
Yes. So Riley's starting to get really she's starting to struggle with her feelings for Nathan and trying to keep it fake dating. And we don't know anything of Nathan's point of view until...
Which I wish we did, but that's beside the point. It would have been a longer book.
Yeah, it would have. But you do get a little bit, like, there towards the end, like the last chapter, and then the epilogue. So we don't know what Nathan's thinking, and she just can't read him because she just doesn't know men.
And then we have the disastrous D&D game.
Yes. Well, yes, we have the D&D game before Homecoming, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Because
because it was right after that. Yeah. Okay. So Friday D&D game. This is where Riley is really struggling because she feels like he's being nicer to her, and then they're in like a major boss fight in the D&D game where they're having to kill like a Hydra or...
Yeah, it was a Hydra.
It was a Hydra. So Nathan's like, yes, give me a boost. I'll beat them with my sword that we got for me and for his character.
She doesn't feel like singing because her boost is singing a musical song from a musical.
Yeah, and
to inspire him.
Yes, which is a thing that bards do in D&D, if you guys didn't know. It boosts stats of other characters mostly, depending on what kind of bard and whatever the D&D allows kind of thing.
See, I've only played D&D once, and we didn't have a bard, so I don't... We also... That game turned into chaos, and... and just at the start, we tried to burn down the haunted house.
So you're like, let me figure out which one's the wizard. So you're like John and want to fire bomb everything.
No, I was a druid because I wanted to talk to animals. I wanted a dragon. That was my whole goal.
That's hilarious.
That's still my whole goal. I just want a dragon.
That's funny. I've never played in D&D game, but I've our one friend Carrie, he still plays it, and it's interesting. I like the concept, but I'm not imaginative like that, so I'm just like, I guess walk to point A, point B anyway. I would just be like, I'm here for support, guys. Need healed. That would be me.
Yeah.
So yes,
that was the one game I played. It was chaos, but in the good way.
I mean, that's kind of what D&D is all about. Yes, Riley's getting a little too struggling with her emotions, I guess would be the best way to do it. And so she refuses to boost his stats. She actually heals another party member, and I think it goes to shit from there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because Nathan's kind of like, oh, what did I do? Kind of like a lot of tension in the game. And then Saturday is the homecoming, and Riley won't tell Nathan
anything about her dress.
Yes, it was going to be a surprise. And so Saturday, I think after the D&D game, sorry.
Yeah.
She's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Because I think at that point Sophie and Nathan kind of connect after that game, and she invites him to her homecoming.
Yes, connect in parentheses.
Yes.
Because we don't know what happened in that.
Yes, yeah. But we find out later that Sophie did ask Nathan to homecoming, her homecoming, which is like a week after theirs. And then Saturday homecoming, which Riley is she dresses very
colorful.
Yes. Like
over the top.
Over the top, anything you can imagine. So, of course, since she dress shopped late with her mom, then it wasn't a lot of stuff, but she found one, I guess. I think it was covered in feathers?
Yes. It was a feather dress.
Which all I can think of is, like, 1920s flapper with flowers on it. That's what came to mind. I don't know if that's accurate, but, yes, it was a rainbow colored feather dress. And Nathan wore, not a tux, but a suit.
Yes.
Yeah. And
looking dapper Dan.
Yes. She's like, oh. And he's just like, oh. And so Riley and Hoshiko got dressed together. And so she's going with Lucas, and Riley's going with Nathan. And so, like, of course, Riley's mom and dad's there. I think Hoshiko's, like, grandparents are there, and parents, and Nathan just showed up with nobody. So we kind of found out a little bit later, or earlier in the book, that his parents are kind of absent.
Yeah, because I think one of them's a doctor, and the other one works late. Yeah,
they work a lot, so he basically had to take care of himself. And that's why he's always at the shop.
Yeah.
Even if he's not working.
Because that's his found family.
Yes. So they kind of get into it a little bit, take pictures, and so they're going just as friends.
Yes.
And of course her dad and mom are like, no, you guys are dating.
We see what you don't see.
Yeah. 100%. It's okay. And so they go to the dance. He actually dances with her, and then we get the first explosive kiss. So they've been hitting around this the entire time. Like, they're super close. Their lips are just touching. And they both want to, but Nathan kind of goes for it at the dance, and she's just like, mind blown.
Yeah, but then she sees Paul, and she's like, this was because of Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And she freaks out. And she goes to the bathroom.
Yes, and runs into Paul. And so Paul tries to kiss her, and she kind of turns away, so he kisses her cheek, and she's like, what the fuck, bro? And he's like, oh, Lainey broke up with me. I really want to get back together. I really miss you. We were good together. And she's just like, no.
Eye roll.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it coming.
Yeah.
So the whole the fake dating made Paul jealous of what he missed. Which I guess it worked for their intended purposes, kind of. But she didn't really want to get back together with him. Or that wasn't her intentions. And so she hides out in the bathroom. And Shiko comes in there and she's like, what's up? And so she rehashes it. And
she's like, I like Nathan, but he doesn't like me. He just kissed me because of Paul.
Yeah. She is meltdown. So she comes out. I think it's 15 minutes have passed at that point. And she kind of goes up to Nathan. The rest of the gang kind of go back off to the dance floor to give him some space. And they kind of have a heart-to-heart. And
but they don't tell each other that they like each other at this point, which is frustrating. They just kind of she goes, I can't do this anymore, and then they have a fight, and then he leaves.
Yeah, he leaves. Riley was having a slumber party with her best friend Hoshiko, so she was coming back to her house, mom's house.
Yeah.
And so they stay a little bit later, even though she stays a little bit later, even though she really just wants to go home, but can't because she doesn't have a ride.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a license. And so they kind of go home, and her mom, like, made this whole spread, and she's like, tell me all about it, and Riley's like,
Yeah.
So she tells her, like, a watered-down version, leaves Nathan out, the majority of it, and, you know, because she's still trying to process what's happening with her feelings.
And then the next week after that, she kind of avoids everybody. Like, she doesn't go to lunch. She doesn't sit at their table. She doesn't go to D&D.
Yeah. And this is kind of where her mom tells her that they were going to lift her punishment and end it early. And then that night, after, like, at the summer party, she tells her mom everything about what was going on, how she's been staying late for the show, and her mom's like, well, I really wish you wouldn't have lied to me. But everything's cool with him. And then, you know, Riley makes a decision to quit the game store,
which she was on the fence about.
Yes, because she still liked hanging out with Nathan. But after this whole kind of tiff, she's just like, I don't know. And then her meeting with the principal and the other people.
Yeah.
To try to get the funding back for the musical is, like, Wednesday, and it's, like, Monday and Tuesday-ish, and she's just like, I'm just gonna... and then Tuesday they find out that the main narrator got sick with strep throat, and they don't have the costume, like, everything's falling apart.
They don't have costumes, their cast is, like, sick, their pets' heads are falling off.
Anything that could go wrong went wrong. And that Tuesday she found out about the narrator being sick. Wednesday they're trying to, like, okay, let's make a plan, because it's after school. They have one rehearsal and then it goes straight into it. And she's like, okay. Hoshiko's like, okay, we'll make a plan at lunch. You have to come to lunch. We'll make a plan. We'll figure out what we can do.
Yeah.
And then she kind of gets called out of school, or out of class by her mom. And her dad had a health scare. They thought it was a heart attack. He got taken to the hospital. It's something to do with cholesterol. He didn't have a heart attack, false alarm.
Yeah. It was almost a heart attack. A pre-heart attack? That's not a thing.
I don't... even I'm in the medical industry, and I'm like, mini heart attack? I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what would cause you to, like, just collapse at work. Something to do with cholesterol. Anyways.
I'm not a medical professional.
I mean, I'm not, but I work work at a hospital, so I kind of picked up some shit. And so Riley's like, okay, I'm gonna go. And then, so as she's waiting for her mom, she kind of, like, ponders, like, would I have gone?
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks, or, a month ago, basically. Because she got in close with her dad, kind of realizes that, he was championing for her, told everyone at, like, the two retayees that come in.
I love the two retirees. They're, like, in there for, like, 2 seconds, but I love them.
Oh, yes. Their names are Arthur and Fred.
I wrote their names down. They're important.
They're important, no? So Joel tells, like, everyone that will listen about his daughter's, like, whatever play she was doing, whatever role she had, but she was mad that he never talked to her about it. And so they get to the hospital, they wait, they figure out he's gonna be fine, and her mom's like, okay, we can go back to school, and she's like, no, I want to see Dad.
Yeah.
So they get up to see Dad, and they have a little heart-to-heart, because Mom just, like, goes off somewhere, I'm hungry. Tries to get him some one time out of it, I think, but... So, he's like, oh, how did your thing go? And she's like, it's going right now. And he's like, what? Go. Like, go. And she's like, no, Dad, I want to be here. And he's like, no, get the fuck out. Go to school.
And he's like, I'm fine. All we're doing is watching Seinfeld. Go.
Yes. So Riley's mom kind of takes her back to the school. They ride, like, 15 minutes away, so they're a little late to the show. And, she was communicating with her best friend, and they're like, don't worry about it, we'll pull something together for you. Because they didn't want all her time and effort into this to be wasted.
Yeah. And
so they go back, and it's not polished, but it's pretty damn good. They recruited everyone from the game store. The Jordan and John were the LARPing couple. They brought their seamstress people in and made costumes real quick.
Costumes for everybody.
Yes. I mean, they pulled everything together. Lucas was, since he is the DM, but he can do really good voices. So he does the Scottish voice that the one guy that had strep throat couldn't do. I mean, they pulled this shit together out of their ass. I don't know how they did it. But everyone kind of stepped in to help out, and even Nathan.
I think Nathan was the ringleader of this.
Oh, 100%.
Hoshiko was definitely part of it, like a big part of it,
Yeah.
but Nathan was the ringleader. He's like, okay, we gotta do this,
Yes,
this.
because he knew everyone's talents were
Yeah.
working. So he got everyone in line, and he brings the retirees.
Arthur and Fred.
Arthur and Fred. I love them. So she sits in the back, and after they're done with the show, Miss Auntie's like, okay, tell them your budgetary, plan, and she goes over it, and the principal's like, okay, we'll discuss and come back. And so they have a little heart-to-heart. Nathan comes back and kind of explains what he did, and she's just like, and so the principal comes back a little bit later, and this is when, like, her mom's like, I'll donate my time to help interior decorate stuff. The two retirees, one's like, one has a hardware store. His family owns a hardware store. He's like, I can donate the lumber. Another one's like, I can build it.
And then her mom's like, and her dad's gonna donate money.
Yeah, like,
here.
Like, everyone puts together, and the principal's like, okay, you got it. And that's afterwards, Riley and Nathan have a little official heart-to-heart where
she finally tells him,
and he's like, you took the words right out of my mouth. I love you too. And they were both just oblivious idiots. But basically, Nathan was like, well, after the dance, I called Sophie and canceled because I didn't feel right. And she's like, well, why?
Like, because I liked you the whole time. Duh.
Yes. And then epilogue is 6 months later. I'm just gonna call them the gang.
Yeah.
The gang is helping do the design set, build it / paint it /
everything.
make costume, like literally everything. John took over for DM because Lucas couldn't find the time anymore. I wonder why.
Because he's having dance lessons with Hoshiko.
Yes. I loved it. It was so cute. Switched it so Jordan can come play, so he's now part of the gang. Jordan is John's partner. Riley got her driver's license and a new car. Ish, yeah.
It's like new used car.
Yeah. New to her. I mean, it's new. And then they were talking about prom plans and how he's gonna wear a tux, and she's just like salivating over the thought of seeing him in a tux, and she's like, the only hint I'm giving you is it's red, because it's their favorite color. Anyways,
I'm just saying it's kind of shitty not to tell your date what you're wearing so they can match. Like, at least you need a color or something.
She did, red. I mean, there's not much.
There's many shades of red. Like, what kind of red we talking? We talking bright red? We talking dark red?
I think you're going a little too into it.
I'm just saying. I've had this predicament because we... Listen. On our trip, I have a green and gold dress. A hunter green dress.
Okay. Is this for this fancy night?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we've been struggling because Kyle has to match me.
Yes. I got that.
Like a whole ordeal. He's like, I can't find a hunter green shirt anywhere.
Just order it online.
That's what he did.
That was hilarious. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about the book?
I don't think so. I just think it was adorable. Like, it was feet kicking adorable.
Okay, well, I want to go. I have a quote because I love quotes. So I actually read this to Skylar and I was like, take those, brother. So basically, Nathan, when they're having their heart-to-heart in the right before the epilogue, he's like, I only took some of it, so the first part of it you gotta read yourself. So, it says, I've decided to have something fake with you was better than having nothing at all. I would have faked it forever rather than give you up. I'm like, ah! Like, that was just like, oh, fuck, why did you put that at the end of the book? Have something to look forward to if you read it. Just say it. Okay. Even though this was young adult, I obviously enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was a little kiddish in parts, but obviously I felt like it just added to the charm.
Yeah.
So, what's your rating?
It's a 4 for me. Because it was just so cute. I was like, it was cute. I had a fun time. Like, it was good.
Yes. I give it a 4 as well. Like I said, it had everything. It talked about Pokemon, it talked about magic, it talked about Warhammer. Like, I was like, Monty Python, like, Weird Al, he's okay.
Weird Al, they had Beetlejuice the Musical, Hairspray.
Yes.
Wicked.
Waitress. Shrek.
Legally Blonde.
Yes, I mean, it had a lot of references, and it was just a fun time.
Yeah.
Like, it was really, really good. Spice level was a 0.
Bell pepper. But it's YA.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would have been weird if it had been included.
Yeah.
Like, the spiciest thing was the kiss, but it was a good time. It was really fluffy, really...
Yeah. It was good. Yeah. I need this as, like, an adult book, though. Like, whereas adult people, not
adult.
High school.
Yes, no, I agree. I think the second book is adults. If I remember correctly. Because I saw it book and I was like, do I pick this up or not?
It's at Meijer, just so you know, so it's cheaper there.
I never go to Meijer. But I will after work tomorrow. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. So that was the book, Dungeons & Dragons by Kristy Boyce. So we'll go over the book for next week. Okay. Which is Immortal Dark by Tigris Grima.
Sure. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
Make sure.
Sorry if I'm butchering that.
This is our fantasy pick.
Yes. Fantasy.
And it's vampires. That's all I know. So it might be a little skewed towards horror, but that's okay.
Yes. I started it, so I can't say much. Okay. Sorry.
I just have some ASMR.
Yes. Sorry, I just saw an intrusive thought one. So September is gonna be only two episodes. Rachel decided she needs a vacation or some shit. No, I'm not happy that you're going on a cruise. I'm jealous. Fuck you. So we are kind of doing it a little differently in September. Do you just want to go over those and talk a little bit later, like in this episode about it, or?
Yeah, we can just go over what we have.
Okay, in no specific order, because we haven't decided what we're reading it in. Tomi by Jinyu
Junji Ito.
Ito, yeah. That's going to be obviously our horror pick if you don't know anything about the author.
And you're going to have to help me with names because I'm awful at this.
Yes.
The Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World is our romance pick. That is a title.
Manga nowadays has like a fucking shit ton of in the title. So this is by Kyoko Izuma. That's our romance pick.
Yes.
So our sci-fi pick. Yes. That's fantasy. Yes. Sci-fi pick is Night of the Living Cat, and this is by Hawkman.
That was easy.
I should have let you do that one.
And then our fantasy pick is Kaiju number 8.
And by Naomi Matsumoto.
We're gonna go with that.
Yes. This is our fantasy pick. We're gonna do 2 episodes, 2 books each, 2 series each, because this is gonna be, all of these are gonna be volume 1 through 5. One's complete, the other 2 are still ongoing, and then Tomy is
standalone.
Yeah, standalone. There's no. That's all. That's all you get with it. It's thick enough, okay? So I hope you enjoy it. I love manga, so this is gonna be my shining moment.
This is gonna be your month. You're gonna have a fantastic time.
Yes. The only one that I need to read is Tomy, because I read all the other ones.
Yeah.
But I hope you enjoy them, because that's what it's all about.
Well, my plan is to be floating in the ocean and read some of that.
Rub it in, deal. Anyways, anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. So that's our episode. I hope you had fun and enjoyed our ASMR. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.